But the most recent case, and you mentioned this a little while ago, the most recent case that ended well is the case of Anthony Graves. And Anthony Graves was charged in 1992 with 6 murders in a little town out not too far from Austin called Somerville. And the 6 people who were killed were stabbed, shot, and then the house was burned, set on fire, and the bodies were burned terribly. And there were, inside that home was an adult woman who was the grandmother of 4 of the children and another older daughter. And these 6 people were all killed in one transaction where it was alleged that 2 people went inside the house and shot and with a blunt instrument beat and knifed these 4 children and 2 older child and this older woman to death. And the co-defendant named Anthony Graves as being the person who was with him. And the co-defendant's name was Robert Carter. And Carter, one of the children was Robert Carter's 4-year-old son. And there were, without going into a lot of facts that you probably are not really interested in, but the end result was that he alleged that Anthony Graves was with him and was complicit in this murdering of 6 people. And Carter was tried and convicted and received the death sentence. And Graves was tried and convicted and received the death sentence. And Carter testified against Graves in his trial. And the appellate process produced a reversal. And the Fifth Circuit totally reversed the Graves conviction, claiming that there had been prosecutorial misconduct because the prosecutor in Burleson County failed to divulge information that was exculpatory to the defense lawyers. And the exculpatory information had to do with Carter's trying to tell the police that he had lied on more than one occasion about Anthony Graves being a part of this crime. And someone asked me when we had a press conference in this room after the special prosecutor that had been retained by Burleson County, and one of the investigators in Burleson County did a thorough investigation of the facts of this case and subsequently dismissed the capital murder case against Anthony Graves. And while we were having a press conference here in my office the day after the dismissal, someone asked me, well, how do you feel now? Aren't you happy? And I said, no, I'm happy that Anthony Graves is not behind bars anymore, but I'm not happy. It scares the hell out of me to think that this could happen in 2010 in my state with people who do the same thing I do for a living. This is a fine investigation that Kelly Siegler and Otto Hannick, who was the investigator in Burleson County, did. And it was very thorough. They did not leave any stone unturned. They talked to everybody. They even came here and met with the defense team and asked questions, and we gave them answers and suggested they do certain things, which I presume they did. But my point was, I was so angry because while they did a good thing in 2010, that same thing was just their job. That should have been done in 2002. If people had done what they were supposed to have done in 2002, Anthony Graves would not have been behind bars for 18 years. And that's why I said, no, I'm angry. I'm not happy. I'm angry.